Hey folks, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. Working on an 86 Xr250, Xr250R to be exact. We're gonna, the thing's been sitting for a couple years. We're gonna try to get it up back and going. I don't know if I'll get it all done in this video or not, but if you want to follow along, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the like button. You already got these two bolts out of the tank here. You got one bolt here, another bolt in the same place on the other side, 10mm bolts. Two 12mm bolts under the rear seat back here. I've already got it loose, but we pull these other bolts here loose and see if we can't figure out what's wrong with this thing. But, I usually do videos on estate sale finds, what most of mine's been on the channel. I thought I'd post some videos on working on stuff. I do mechanic work and blacksmithing and leather working and gunsmithing. I do a little bit of everything. So I thought I'd start posting some videos of it, see if anybody have any interest in watching it. If you do, hang around for the channel and enjoy yourself. If you don't, scroll on, I guess. I don't know what else to tell you. But I may talk during the videos a little bit, or may not. I don't know. Depends how I feel. This bike here has been sitting for a couple of years. I don't know exactly what's wrong with it, but I'm going to go with and the carburetor is probably going to need to be cleaned. One of the main things, I believe. But, I don't know if anything else since then has gone wrong with it or not. We'll just have to tie into it and see. It's a fancy zip tie tank holder there. This thing needs a good cleaning. You have a Phillips screwdriver to pull your clamps off your carburetor here. You got one on the front of your carburetor and one on the rear, if you didn't already know. Depends who's worked on it before you have. Sometimes they can be a pain in the ass to get off. If I can pull this off without getting the side covers off, and I will try it. I hate taking the side covers off. Just have a 10mm wrench. Need to wear a tool belt like carpenters wear when I work on motorcycles and four-wheelers and stuff. That way I'm constantly setting my wrenches down. I lay them in spots where I can't find them. If you get a tool belt on, I wouldn't have to worry about it on it yet. Some of these bolts are really stuck. Probably wouldn't hurt to chase after it with some PV blaster or something, but I don't feel like walking all the way back over to find it. I got one off there. And the other one coming off little by little. Golly, I hate looking at anything that's been sitting outside. It always makes it a little bit more of a challenge. As if it wasn't already fun enough anyways, right? And then you fish your cables out of your top of your throttle. On your carburetor, just fish them out the side, that little side notch. And then once you get them loose, you just slowly findangle your carburetor out. You got two cables going to the top of the carburetor. You got your regular throttle cable, and then you got your return. And there's choke levers on the way. This is always my favorite part. trying to fish it out of there. I think it's harder to fish it out than it is to clean it. Like trying to deliver a baby. There's your carburetor. I don't know how well it's picking it up, but surely you can get it in the field of view somehow. But that's your carburetor. Make sure it ain't got no gas residue or nothing pouring out of it. Looks like that's coming out. Here's your choke lever. This is that throttle or throttle I was talking about. You fish your cables out of these two little slots here. This is your idle adjustment. But, they said that's your choke lever there. But that's all you gotta do. Then pull your screws at the bottom of your 7th bolt here. Take a peek inside and see how bad it is. I don't know how these videos are going to do with me working on stuff. I figured I'd post a little something to see if people would have any interest in it before I start going too all out on these videos. But I figured I'd try something different on the channel. Should be doing this on the tabletop where everything's laid out clean, but I'm kind of in a hurry and I'm out here in the yard and it's getting ready to pour down rain. We're just doing a quick peek inside here real quick. This is going to be a shorter video this time. The next video will be a little longer. We're actually going to tie into it. I'm just posting a short one here to see how this is going to do. Oh yeah, she's got some slime and grime in there. How well you guys can see that, but there she is. That old lovely high grade gasoline we got nowadays. Floats. Surprisingly, they're not sticking. But, actually, the needle, everything still feels good, but I'm going to go ahead and clean it anyways. That's why you want to do it on a workbench. Drop your screw down inside there. But, yeah, it's looking good so far. Won't be too bad to clean. We're just going to do a quick clean on this. It ain't going to take much, I don't believe, by the way it looks. I'll do a quick spray down, pull these jets out here real quick, and see what they look like in there. But what do you guys think about the old politician situation going on right now? I used to be one of the biggest Trump fans there was, but there's all this Israel stuff going on. I think we need to worry more about our own country than we do somebody else's country, but that's just my opinion. Pilot jet here. I'll be darned, it's not clogged. It's actually clear. Your pilot jet, that's your beer jet that when it comes out it has a little nipple sticking out on the end with a little hose all the way around it. It's usually your pilot jet. It runs like your idle, stuff like that. If it's clogged up, it won't idle at all. But it's actually look fairly clean. I got the specialty tools out here today with me here in the yard, as you can tell. The old crescent wrench. Here's your main jet. Boy, gas smells good. It's not clogged neither, surprisingly. It smells like old rotten gas. I just hit a can of carb cleaner. Spray it through your past it just seemed pretty clean. I usually go through all these with a red tie. But so we're just doing a quick rundown on today. And we'll go through and get the right wrench here. We'll go through and just trying to get her back up and running, and then we'll actually tie into it if we need to. So this thing ain't been started in probably I'd say 2 years or so at least. Somebody's honking at the end of my driveway. I bet $500 it's probably my mom. She likes her horn. That should be good for there. Dump these screws and that little plastic hoopy do back over there. Clean inside the salad bowl real quick. I normally get a lot more technical than this, but we're doing this in a hurry today, and said it's getting ready to come afloat here, so I'm trying to just do everything in quick, and plus I'm not even sure how good these videos are going to do on YouTube here. I said I normally do estate sale finds and stuff. We're trying this out to see if you guys have any interest in watching me work on stuff, but this is not normally the way I do stuff. But, yeah, I normally get a lot more technical with this, but the stick's always involved. Whether it's technical or not, you always gotta have a stick. I started working on stuff when I was probably, I don't know, maybe 5, I think. 5 or 6. My dad gave me an old push mower and told me to take it apart and put it back together. And I've been working on stuff pretty much ever since I was in 6th grade in grade school. I was fixing my teachers used to bring me their lawnmowers to work on during the summertime to get them back up and going for or during the wintertime have me to maintenance them and get them back up and going for their be ready for summertime. I was in, like I said, 6th grade, I think, so the first one I remember doing now. Make sure I get this in here right. Pretty sure it's the way it sits. I'm gonna make sure I can tell by the way it feels. Since once I had one of these off. There's your jet down there. You gotta have it lined back up. And then, I started working on it in 6th grade, I believe it was. And I've been doing it off and on all my life. I've been doing some welding and been welding. I got certified when I was, I think 1999 is when I got certified for welding. But screws back in. Always throw these screws back in there and torque it down, and it should be good to go. At least the carburetor part anyways, then we'll finish the rest of it in the next video. Snuggies back up there good. As you know, if you've worked on these before, these screws are usually always stripped out. That always just adds to the pleasure. And that's all there is. And just reversing everything that you just did. Like I said, the fun part's always fighting it out. But slide this back in here and pop it back on there. And hang on, my wife's coming out here, a four-wheeler coming. Let me pause this video and I'll turn it right back on. Sorry about that, folks. We're back now. Try to finish wrestling this carburetor back in here. So that's always my favorite part. Come on, get in there. Just go in the hole. Just go in the hole. Back on there. And then we got to tighten our field screws back down. Under clamps here in the carburetor. Get one on the front, one on the back, one for your breather and one for your intake. Make sure you get the one on your intake on there good and snug. You don't want it sucking air, it won't run. I don't know what the Honda, it might usually run. And then you want under your breather here on the back. I'm going to pop that one off. That one needs to be straightened back out. I think you got all the pieces. Temporarily, we're going to slide this boot back on the back here. This is getting ready to rain. The paint's flaking off that frame there. Surely that wouldn't be from sitting on the side. And then throttle cables here. Like I said, one's your regular throttle and the other is your return. You can put them back in beforehand, or on these bikes they always seem to be easier to put them back on that after we get the carb on there. It's such a tight spot anyways. They leave you all kinds of room in here to work on things. The engineers design them, you can tell they never work on them. But yeah, you fish your throttle cables back in, tighten them back up, and then you're good to go. There's the top one. These bottom ones are always a blast. Come on now, get in there. I was talking about a little ago about I said the Trump. I used to be one of the biggest Trump fans around. I'm for freedom and freedom all the way around and guns, and they leave me alone and I leave them alone. I do my thing, they do their thing. As long as they don't try to tread on my rights, I don't care what they do. As long as it don't affect me or my family. And but yeah, it's just kind of bad. You see all these veterans and everything else living in the streets, homeless people here in the United States, and then we're sending billions of dollars to Israel and Iran. I know it says in the Bible supposed to stick with Israel, but if you read a little closer, it's not talking about Israel the country, it's talking about Israel the people. It's a whole different meaning than what the media playing it out to be. You have to research it for yourself. Don't believe what somebody else tells you. Do your own research. But yeah, I think if Trump would stop and take a deep breath and pull his head out of Netanyahu's ass, pay a little bit more attention to what's going on here at home, I think we have a lot better, we'd be in a lot better situation. But it's like they always said, that if they ever discover life on Mars, we'd be sending them money too. And I'm sure it's not a lie. But yeah, you said you tighten your screw down here in the throttle cable and get home a wrench, snug them up. Check your throttle. Throttle response is good, or throttle's return is good. That slide needs to be oiled, so it's a little dry, but it's doing what it's supposed to. Doing that, now your carburetor's clean. Put your tank back on, your seat back on, throw some gas in it, hook your fuel line back up to your tank, your carburetor, and you should be ready to rock and roll. But in this case, now we're going to move on to another project here, but I can't today because it's getting ready to come a flood. And I just wanted to do this quick project to see if anybody'd be interested in watching any of these videos of me working on stuff. If there's any interest in it. But if there is, like I said, like and subscribe, and if there's interest in this, I'll go off doing some more videos of other stuff I work on. I've got some 48 Chevy pickup truck, 54 Chevy, 84 Chevy, square body, short bed, four-wheel drive. I'm going to be working on, I got a Xr250 here. Tractors, mowers. I'm all time trading and working on stuff, so if you guys would like to see that kind of stuff, like and subscribe and follow along, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.